Hello, welcome to MamaDramaTrauma.info. I'm Tammy Taylor, and I'll be your guide throughout this journey on your yellow brick road to living in loving detachment. Loving detachment is accepting what is with love. What is the trauma, a breaking of the maternal bond that occurred before you were born, before your mother was born probably, and in a situation that really has absolutely nothing to do with you on your life path. You have your own unique life path that's been interrupted by this breakage. And so what loving detachment allows us to do is to walk along the path, the journey, like Dorothy in the Yellow Brick Road, to discover aspects of ourselves or extensions of ourselves that have been disassociated from us, as traumas do. They disassociate very elemental parts of ourselves from our soul. And the Yellow Brick Road journey for Dorothy allowed her to identify the parts of her mind, her heart, and her general self-esteem, her courage that had been broken through the breaking of her mother bond in being an orphan in the world. And so as we identify these things throughout the journey for you, they'll be different for each and every one of you. That's why we say here that in cases where the mother is unwilling, unavailable, or she's just not ready to heal, loving detachment is really an important prescription for you to have the time and the space you need to diffuse the triggers. Now, triggers are activated by the unconscious recognition of these broken parts of ourselves. You know, they're just kind of like loose wires. And when we walk across these loose wires, we're triggered back into the fearful state of being traumatized through an unconscious process, through childhood. Through taking on the behaviors, attitudes, and reactions of those around us who were in charge of taking care of us, just as it was for your mother, So we're going to walk through all of this. I'm going to take you through it, and I'm also going to offer suggestions and recommendations along the way for little caveats, again, that each of you may have along your unique journey. As you recognize these triggers, these extensions of yourself, the sources of the blockages in your mama drama trauma, you will immediately recognize that not only are they not yours that you created, but perhaps how they have impacted your life, defined who you are and how you live, and how beneficial the sacrifice or the release of those boundaries, restrictions, and limitations will be in your life. Just as when Dorothy was commanded by Oz to get her power back from the Wicked Witch so that she could live her life beyond the Yellow Brick Road of loving detachment and embrace her family in full. So I hope you enjoy the journey. Thank you so much for having the courage to take it. And we will continue with the introduction to the causes of mama drama trauma.